So I was on javascript.com, well, because I was trying to see if JavaScript had a website. And then I found this website created by Pluralsight, I believe. And what really caught my attention was this design here. It seems very little, but I really loved it. You could see how the background of the text is black, but the black background does not have the same height as the text. I decided to also try this out, and I'm going to share my learnings with you in this video. So I have this simple design here. I got these two images from Unsplash, this one and this one. These pictures are really nice, by the way. So for my code, I have this div, class of card, then I have this image and this P. Same thing for this second card, image and P. The text says, welcome, I simplify the web. And it also says, kindly subscribe for more tutorials like this. So kindly subscribe. Anyways, let's continue. We have this card here. We have all these styles. And for the image is positioned absolute, and it fills the whole of the card by using insert 0. So insert is a shorthand for top, bottom, left, right. And then I have this mixed blend mode of luminosity and a filter of contrast 50%. And the card has a background of yellow, and that's why I have this effect. Here is the P. Well, the first thing you might think of is, well, you can apply a background color of black. But if you do that, this doesn't work as expected. The reason is because P tags by default have a display of block. And when you have block like this, it's going to treat your whole paragraph as a block. And now this background color is applied to that block. So to achieve what we have here, what you would want to use is a display of inline. This way, the paragraph will not be treated as a block, but it will be treated as a text that spans multiple lines. Now, if I should refresh, look, we have this. We have this line, and the background is as long as this line. And then we have this other line, and the background for this line is as long as this. Same thing for this. Now, while I was still trying to achieve that background effect, I thought maybe playing around with my line height would do the trick. So let's say we had a higher line height like 1.8. Well, doing this, yes, each line is spread a bit from each other because we have some space here, but the background is still as tall as the text. In fact, even taller than the text in this case. So let's take the line height back to 1.2. If you try to do maybe a height of 10 pixels, well, because this is display in line, this is not going to be height 10 pixels. If this was display block, then you could have your height of 10 pixels. So you could see the background now has the 10 pixels, but a height of 10 pixels doesn't work. So let's go back to inline. Now, after much research and trying to achieve the background effect, to my greatest surprise, a very good solution for this is linear gradient. And I'm going to explain how. So instead of having the background color of black, we're going to have background, and then we're going to use linear gradient. Now, in our linear gradient, we want to go from transparent to black to transparent. Now, if we come here and refresh, you can see we have each line having that transparent, black, transparent. Then for the second line, transparent, black, transparent. But we don't want that transition from transparent to black. And in that case, we can use percentage stops. So here we can say that we want the transparent starting at 0% all the way to 30%, stay transparent. And then for the black, we're now going to have a black of 30%. The reason why we're using 30% here for transparent and 30% here for black is so that there won't be any transition from here to here. If the black was 40%, if we come here and refresh, you see we have that bit of transition. We don't want that transition or fade in effect. So we use 30%. And now if we come here, you see at the top, the background at the top is much more sharper. So black 30%, and it's going to stay black up until 80%. Because of course you can play around with these values. And from black 80%, we're going to have transparent again and have 80% so that there won't be a fade in or transition from here to here. And then we can have our transparent 100%. And now when we come here, here we go. We have now achieved just what we have here like this. And here we're playing around with linear gradients by going from 0% to some mid values to 100%, putting our percentage stops at specific points where we are not going to get that fade effect. I find this really interesting, and in fact, I'm going to be applying this on my website moving forward. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I have more tutorials like this where I cover several CSS tips. You can find one of those tutorials currently on the screen. You can check out any of them. Please give this video a like and share with other people who might find it interesting. And of course, subscribe for more videos like this.